You may notice, if you're one of the ones who's had the recent Facebook update. I understand this stuff rolls out in succession, and sometimes uh, I've got something on my Facebook that you don't have on your Facebook, or vice versa. But you may notice there's a little button in your thing when you go to make a post. There's a little button there that says something like "Get a room." And what that means is basically it's a Zoom room, so you can open up a Zoom kind of meeting meeting room, and you'll have if people join you, you'll have their little video of their face all over the screen, and it'll start to look like the Brady Bunch after a while. And then if they get more and more people into the room, it starts to look like the gallery, the Muppet Gallery at the beginning of the Muppet Show, when they're going. So anyway, it's pretty cool. You can get a lot of Zoomers in the rumor, and we might just try that one of these times. But speaking of Zoom, this Saturday evening we are going to do an actual Zoom meeting at 5 o'clock Arizona time, which is some other time in those barbaric reaches of the world that some of you come from. So there you go. I'm going to start drawing like I do. I mentioned yesterday, if you want to draw a straight line, you've got a little stick. Sometimes you put the point down and you draw a line and it gets wavery and stuff. Sometimes it'll be straighter if you lay it flat on the board and pull it. I don't know why that is, but you can get a straighter line that way. And so, pulling a straight line, that's well, it's a straight line. It's not straight across, but I think that's okay. Um, so it's a straight line. Now I want to come down a bit, like thusly, pull a not so long straight line about right here, and another one about right here. And just for gicks and shiggles, I'll put another one right about there. And that's good enough. I'm going to do one of these, and one of these. Just as an aside, I did that, and I had this thought. Uh, Michelangelo, presumably, I never actually met him. Michelangelo presumably said, there are three lines in the world. There's there's this one, and there's this one, uh, which looks like a text emoji for butt cheeks or something. But that's actually something that Michelangelo said, and uh, so he said everything in the world that you draw is either a construct of these lines, like this one connected with this one, connected with that one, or something like that. Anyways, that's a that's a thing that he told people. I'm not insisting that you believe it. I'm just saying that's a thing he told. All right. Now, what I'm telling you, there's a cat. All right. Whenever I draw a cat of any size, that little split underneath the nose is something I always draw wrong. And So I'm being very careful here to make sure I'm getting that correctly. Tend to make that too big too. Uh, this is a big cat. There's a cheekbone, another cheekbone, and big cats are not all made the same. If you look at a portrait of a lion right next to a portrait of a tiger, next to a portrait of a leopard or something, um, they're they're all very different. The size of their shape, the size of their shape, the size of their eyes, the shape of their muzzle. Um, it's not just the coloration or the size of them that's different. Uh, they're very different bone structure and things like that. This should come out just about life size, I believe. Maybe it's a little too large. I'm not sure. I like drawing animals. I go through phases of drawing nothing but animals voluntarily. as opposed to drawing naked women. What I don't like is being told what to do. Kind of feel like that's been happening lately. Talked about it on another group. Discussion went back and forth, as it does. I mentioned that once, not just once, people have said, my 7-year-old daughter would love that. Oh, well, good. Is she here? Is she watching us draw? Um, so yeah, all is relatively well. Um, I I mentioned that I've been told, straight up that my work promotes rape, and that I found that very upsetting. And a few people were like, "Oh, it's terrible. People should get over themselves or whatever." But I actually had a couple guys say, "I don't think anybody ever said that," which I took umbrage to. It's just like calling me a liar or whatever. And then I thought, actually, I'm encouraged to hear that that's not normal everywhere you go. It's not a normal attitude. Just because I've encountered it doesn't mean it's the way everybody is. That's a good thing to know. So that's what I said. So I'm glad to hear it. All right, I'll change the subject then. Um, so, what kind of cat does she like? Does she like? Because this is a lion. And I'm not sure it's obvious yet that it's a lion, but uh, so does she like? Huh, does she like big cats, house cats, tigers? I apologize. Tigers, especially. All right, cool. Um, well, I'm going to do a lion because I was just saying that lions and tigers, their faces, they're structured very differently. So I couldn't just stick stripes on this and turn it into a tiger because it wouldn't look right. Um, Bengal tigers. Okay, I'm going to go online tomorrow. I'm going to download a Bengal tiger, and oh no, tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow's Saturday. All right, Monday. Monday, Russ's daughter. We're going to do a Bengal tiger just for you. Okay. Um, but in the meantime, I'm going to finish my lion. Now tomorrow night, supposedly, a gal named Allison is sending me some pictures of her goats. She raises goats, and she wants me to do some goat art on Zoom. On when we do Zoom, we're going to do a wine and draw with Gilead. So get your own art supplies, pencils and paper, and and then we do a Zoom meeting, and I'm going to put a picture on the screen, and I'll draw, and then you can draw, and we'll have a good time. And it'll be a chaotic mess because it has been the last couple times we tried it, but it was still fun. So that's pretty smart to know the difference between a Bengal tiger and any other kind of tiger. I know that there is a difference, but I don't know that I would know what the difference was. Gotta come over here and scroll. Okay. Just like today, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Because nobody's telling me any different. I've tried different times, and you know, they each get a different group of people, and so yeah, 3 o'clock today. Evan, every time I know that you're here, you're leaving, but I'm glad you came. Um, so yeah, Monday at 3. You guys have been homeschooling lately. How's that been? Do you like it, or are you anxious to go back to school, real school? You got a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old. Good for you. I was that age once, so they tell me. And I was into animals, actually. I remember it quite well. So all I cared about was animals. We went to the library. I checked out books about animals. Drew pictures of lions and gorillas. Hippopotamuses. This old guy's got a lot of features, and the photo I found is a close up. It really just is about that much of his face. So if I do any more of his face, I'll find other pictures to guide me on that. You haven't got to draw every little hair on this guy's face. You just draw some here and there, and it gives the impression that you've drawn hair all over his face. It makes it seem as though you've drawn every little hair. When you haven't. But especially as it comes into the light spots, like here on his muzzle, you want to draw more there. Yeah, Zoom is good. Um, you can see their friends and teachers, but there's nothing like the classroom setting. Yeah. Yeah, working from home is fairly normal for me, but not being allowed to leave is not. Um, and yeah, it's the reasons, of course, are all depressing. Um, but I don't know. I mean, your home doesn't mean your time is free, of course. Imagine that's quite an adjustment to make. I like this close-up photo that I'm using because it, show you. Um, you can actually see all these little muscles. They're in a relaxed form, but these little muscles that are going to turn into a snarl, if he gets mad and he snarls, you can kind of see those. It's not just a snout. There's something to it. There's all these underlying little muscles under the fur. Hi, Sharon. Talented lion? Oh, yeah? What's he doing that's so clever? Um, After all, he's just lying about. Lions have big bent up uh, whiskers. Probably all cats have bent up whiskers, but they're not so easy to see. Sharon, you said you can't hear anything. That's probably because I'm not saying anything. Uh, or maybe the sound's off. I don't know. I've got my speakers. I don't think that affects my microphone. I don't know. So again, join us Saturday at 5 o'clock for Zoom or resume. Wine along with Gilead. Trust me, I can wine. I apologize for my absence yesterday. I, for no reason at all that I can explain, uh, I slept all day. And I have no idea why. I just slept all day. Stellar says she can hear me. So, sorry, Sharon. Um, yeah, so I was a little sick the previous night. Nothing major. You know, some nights you're just not very well. And, but jeepers, I couldn't wake up. I was just asleep all day. So that's what I was doing at 3 o'clock. Sound asleep. And I don't know how much this looks like it, but that's a lion. And maybe that's all I got. It's been 36 minutes. I'm pretty sure that that there was something else I'm supposed to tell you, and I forgot. But okay, today is Friday, so I won't be doing a live video tomorrow afternoon, but I will be doing the Zoom meeting at 5. And then I'll probably do nothing at all on Sunday. And then I'll be back Monday, and we are going to do a Bengal tiger. And I have to go online and find out what is the difference